Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Bloodstained Symphony, or Ritual of the Night. I'm Mysterious JG. We are rapidly running out of things to do in this game, unless I felt like going out and getting Cashmere to get a more powerful scarf. I've got the gear that, for me, would be the gear to use. Like the best gear I could possibly want to use. Doubling up on silver rings for more attack power is of more interest to me than, you know, some of these other things that I could be doing with rings. So getting a better scarf would just involve farming Cashmere. I can't be bothered right now. And the only two passive shards that I haven't mastered and turned into skill shards are for weapons that I don't use. So even though, like, for a completionist run, I'd want to get them, they would not affect me. Like, I am not less prepared than I would be for the last fights. I've gotten everything that's going to make the last fights any harder or easier. But we do have an additional side boss we can fight before wrapping up the main story. But before we can fight that boss, we're going to need to pay a visit to our old friend, Straight OG, Original Dracul, the librarian, who is like the NPC that we haven't wrapped up our business with yet. He's kind of, anyway.
I've come by some new reading material.
So he's come by some new reading material, including something called the Tome of Conquest, the ultimate tome, equivalent to the Prowess, Tailwind, and Mastery tomes. So I think we want to equip it.
That tome is especially valuable. Make absolutely sure you return it.
Okay. Cool beans. I haven't checked. I don't know if we've done all the heir apparent stuff we could do now that I think about it, but we needed to talk to him to advance the optional secret boss thing. But now we can quick go back and wrap up our quest to kill those murderous dead. Eventually reach the point where the only NPC with anything new for us will be the farmer, who will constantly plant rice and potato far beyond what we would ever need for forever. 77 rice. 99 Renee. 88 corn, 76 potato. So they are not what we are short of in any of our recipes. I guess there are recipes you could make just with those few ingredients that are useful healing items. Otherwise, I don't know what the point of him constantly making more for you is.
Any targets for me? Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
So we can kill Revenant.
Good work. Here's your reward.
We get the Bandit Blade, which allows you to steal items, I believe.
Here's what I've turned up
And then IGA gives us the Sword Whip.
Good work.
I'm a little curious about that weapon, actually. There's the Sword of Fish. Is it a whip or is it a sword? It does not appear to be a whip. It's a sword, a flexible blade reminiscent of a whip. Neat. It will not be replacing the weapon we're currently using, because it does about a quarter or less of the damage. But still neat. Eternal Blue.
Have you learned anything new? Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Okay, she never really finishes. She doesn't have dialogue to complete her quest, but we have done all of them. So, okay, I guess she doesn't ever really finish her quest the way others do. Yeah, so that was a little weird. I went to check to see if I was still recording because of my paranoid moment, and I was. And as soon as I came back, we weren't recording because it crashed. And the thing is, like, I didn't do anything with the desktop that's recording. Like, the only thing that's impacted by me checking is I switched the inputs on my TV for a minute, so it just decided as like, oh, you're checking? Like, you're afraid I'm not recording? Well, I don't like your lack of confidence in me, so I'm going to stop working now. Anyway, you remember how there was that room that looked like plot should be happening there? It looked like a boss room? Yeah. Well, something should be happening in this place. And that thing that should be happening is a boss fight. So let's see if we can't have one. We got healing and acid jet. Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
OD?
Original Dracula?
I warned you. What you take from the library must be returned to the library.
Oh, you think I'm about to end the game without returning the books? I guess that's a legitimate fear, because I wasn't thinking about the books I had checked out as I fight the final boss.
Oops.
You'll pay for this transgression. Death is too kind for you.
You're not nearly cool enough. I'm going to make you all undead like me.
Return what you borrowed.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
We can freeze time and shoot all sorts of crystals.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
So he's got some pretty powerful attacks, all things considered, on NPR. I'm doing a lot of damage to him, but... yeah, like, if I wasn't doing ludicrous amounts of damage, that wouldn't have been nearly that easy. But we have Standstill. Project a field that stops time. I don't know that we get to refight him as easily as we do other bosses. And for that reason, I don't think it's easy to get a fully powered up refill, or time stopper shard. But that was it. I mean, any of these boss battles now, when I'm as powered up as I am, are going to be a little underwhelming. We're showing 98.31% quest completion. I don't know why that is. I don't know why it's 99% shards. Maybe somebody can help me out with that, because these are two enemies that don't drop shards. These are enemies that don't drop shards. I should have 100% of the shards right now. Now, there are occasionally shards that you get that don't... like the Silver Knight Familiar shards just appeared in these containers, and some of the movement shards appeared in containers, so maybe I missed one of those. But I've gotten every shard you can get from fighting enemies in this game. Oh, you know what? There's one possibility. There are shards you have to create, and if there's a shard that you can create from the shards that I've just recently acquired, that could be a thing. There are certain shards you like the katana expertise. Nobody drops that. You have to get that by combining a sword expertise with something else. So it's just possible we missed. Are you sure you're not going to give me dialogue that says your quest is over?
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
Nope.
Hi, Mir. What are we transmuting this time?
Nope. Looks like all the shards that can be created have been created, so I don't know what the 99% shards thing is. Over the rainbow. So the scarf we're using is the second best scarf in the game. I guess Flame Scarf has better stats than Bunny Scarf, but Bunny Scarf gives you whatever.
Come back anytime.
Come back and try again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up. It's annoying now. I don't know why I'm missing a shard. If I get 100% map completion, which I'm now I'm not gonna get 100% map completion if I missed a shard. But if I do, then I'll really be like, well, how did I miss a shard then? If I explored the entire map, got everything that you make, got everything that it drops from enemies, and got everything that you make from shards that drop from enemies. And maybe there's like a New Game Plus only shard. At any rate, I think we're going to... I mean, if I let this video go long, we might just wrap this game up here in this video. Although there is going to be a... No... Unless I really go out of my way to hurry, we will not. The last video might not have much content. It might be mostly credits. But if we go and do silliness with... I guess I could go back and see... Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's see what happens if we go back and talk to him after defeating him and getting hit in the lady nuts by a crystal. I mean, I'm just glancing around, looking to see if I feel like... Oh, I know what shard... Yeah, we do have another shard. I'm stupid. We have to get the shard from the second to last boss. So we should get 100% shards. This shard from the second to last boss, because I'm on a game clear save, I feel like I already got it, but I did not. It did not save that. I did not want it to save that. That's something I wanted to show on screen. So I was all panicked about nothing. Everything's cool. We're going to have 100% shards, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, D? You're still alive?
Well, wait a second. He's undead and immortal. Like, we just defeated him.
Vampire, remember?
Is that nose like some kind of healing nose?
Right. Sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting your book back.
No, you defeated me, which means you now command me.
Really?
Pillage my shelves as you please.
I feel really bad about this. OD was actually, he's, you know, a little stuck up, a little full of himself, but he's been good to us. I mean, we can now take anything out we want, though, I believe.
I'll go with this. Oh, I'll go with this. I'll go with this.
Oh, I accidentally left something behind. Yeah, but now we just get to take all of his stuff.
Pillage my shelves as you please. Here to take out a book?
Well, now my attack is over 600, so... ridiculous. We're not even fully leveled up. I'm still under level 80, which I think is... I'm at a lower level than I was in my... I won the game at less than level 80, but I was still dicking around trying to get, like, skill shards and stuff. And I managed to somehow be more efficient about it on screen. But with these Woppets... Now it's bothering me not to have that freaking cashmere scarf, because I'm like, the handful of things I didn't max out are not things I would have cared about, but that is one that I really would be like, I'd like to have the best, I can't be bothered with you guys. You guys are beneath my dignity. I probably should have done inversion, I couldn't even bother with that. You're just not worth the trouble. Okay. You guys are probably worth killing just because you'll be in the way otherwise. Throw down a save at the last save point in the game. It's a very warm and relaxing little lounge here with the demonic love. I guess you'd call that a couch. That's not a love seat. You can fit 3 people on that. That's a couch. Here in the glacial tomb. Oh, there's Cashmere! Oh, maybe we'll get enough after all, guys.
I have you now.
I almost forgot this was the story. This guy's trying to get revenge on Eye of Mordor lady. He's got some pretty sweet techniques. Anti-ghost stickers up the wazoo.
You just made your last mistake.
No, if only I had my cashmere sweater or scarf. And she does have like stupid golden shit floating over her head in these scenes. Her other, like, goofy effect stuff disappears, but she has a little coin over her head.
Now, but without him to wield it, it poses no real threat to me.
So, wait, I come across as being non-threatening? You know, I've, like, beaten the shit out of a billion demons at this point.
Wrong, demon. Songetsu's wrath and mine are now one.
My Miriam is so close to the game's Miriam. I don't know how you guys can tell the difference between me doing my falsetto and Miriam. They're, like, almost identical.
You used Jeeble, and now you will pay.
Oh, yeah, this is my grammar. It sounds totally different from my Miriam. I'm not gonna pay shit.
Very amusing, wench.
Oh, wench, come
I don't
on.
have time for this. But, seeing as I need your crystal, you leave me no choice.
Wench is beneath the day. Like, women should not call each other wench. It's.
Your wretched plans end here.
They should be building each other up, not tearing each other down.
King of kings must be summoned. Prepare to be brought in
I'm
line.
gonna bring your sorry ass in line, bitch. Now, despite the plot, there's no real need for us to use.
Is full. Your final hour has come.
We don't actually have to use Zangatsu's sword here. We can just invert and oh. This is one where if you really want to dodge this attack, you can do it using invert, but we got no reason to do anything but just beat the shit out of her at this point. That was a bit underwhelming, I know. We're just so freaking powerful at this point. Inverted and then got shot with a shard. Dimension shift. Warp a short distance in the designated direction. So I feel a bit bad about that. We certainly could have shown off. I could have, come in with lesser gear and shown off a more exciting battle. But shards 100%. Demons 100%. Okay, I was a little worried about that. Quests 98.31%. I think we wrap up quests by rescuing Doofus one more time. Meanwhile, there's like an arm made of ice in the background. Kashmir? No. But we now know that Kashmir drops in those blue chests, which is almost certainly going to be a faster way for me to get it if I decide I can be bothered. Then that would be definitely just entering and exiting this area and looting blue chests is going to be faster than messing around with item drops from those giant bools. 'Cause that shit always takes a million years to get the items you want. Even though it would appear that it's not a common drop for the crystals like the chests here. Damn, this sword kills stuff fast. I was not... I mean, I was powerful fighting through here before, but I wasn't one-hitting these guys. $500 gold. I'm looking for Kashmir, guys. That is not a blue chest, so I don't care. I don't even know how I did 16 damage to him. I was trying to invert and messed it up. Somehow I did 16 damage. Can I please drop down? Thank you. So, looks like the Kashmir drop is pretty rare. Need a total of 3 of them to, Oh, well, hold on 1 second, though. Didn't I create Fancy Pants armor that I got a bunch of freebies? Yeah, I think they... Oh, you know what? Pfft. We can get the fancy scarf. Which is what this game is really about, getting the best possible scarf. I mean, yeah, it's all that defeat Gable and destroy the demons, but really, it's about scarf construction at the end of the day. So I gotta buy some Alkalest, but yeah, I break down a couple of those things, and I can make a Fancy Pants scarf, and we'll have what, for my purposes, would be the best possible gear in the game. That coupled with every passive shard maxed out, like, yeah, we're way too strong at this point. I don't know that we would have that much difficulty with a New Game Plus on the higher difficulty level, honestly. More than we... that being said, I've had a healing device against almost every boss recently, but...
Oh, hello, miss. I'm going to sell lots of stuff while the nice lady...
Oh, she's going to be gone forever, kid.
Wanna see what I've got?
And then she pulls off her skirt, and you're like, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, what would you like to buy?
Probably had enough Alkalest, but just in case.
Is this pleasure doing business? Here you are.
Alright, and you can see I'm gaining 5 HP every so often because of this. It's very expensive to do, to level up the regeneration crystal, and it does not seem to really be worth it. Oh, what is this? Gable's glasses. When did they show up, and why did they show up? I'll have to read about this. I have no idea why this would have appeared now. Hand me down from Johannes, a reminder of days that are now lost. Boost your stats, but I guess maybe we got it for clearing the game. Well,
Hi, Miri. So, what'll it be?
so let's dismantle some of the Coronation Grounds, because they had Cashmere. Dismantle 2 of... Ah, see? They do cause a whole bunch of Alkalest.
I'll go with this.
But this is where Alchemic Bounty was good, because we got a bunch of free Cashmere out of that, which I just kind of didn't register at the time. We got extras for those items. Because I had, like, fully leveled up Alchemic Bounty, we got 5. We put 1 Cashmere into making it, we got 5 out of it.
Oh, what would you like to buy?
And this is where Alkalest is like the big drain on your gold when you're goofing around in the end game trying to break the economy. Because you're constantly making shit and then trying to get bonus items and then breaking them apart for the resources that... You're basically generating resources like gold and Cashmere.
Transmuting this time?
So we will dismantle 1 more of these.
I'll go with this.
That'll give us 3 Cashmere. And now we can craft Over the Rainbow. Let's see if we get a free one.
I'll go with this.
It would be nice if we did. We didn't,
There, all done.
but it's okay.
Stop back off to...
Even without our free one, we're still happy with our situation because we've now got Eternal Blue. AP rounds are sitting around for some reason. Pleiades, Coronation Gown, 2 silver power rings, and Over the Rainbow, the best scarf in the game. Look at how pretty it is. We're ready to wreck anything at this point. But the next thing we need to do is go rescue that Doofus from the Oriental Sorcery Lab and see if that marks the completion of all in-game quests. I'm just going to let that guy keep growing his potatoes forever. Grow potatoes forever. Chesney and Nydia. Midia. Whatever. I don't remember exactly where in the Oriental Sorcery Lab to go to find this guy now that I think about it, but directional, and it's going to be Dimension Shift. Longer invincibility while warping with higher rank. Warp a short distance. So I guess I could be leveling this up. I'm sure there are loots you can use to do it, but doesn't really seem that important. You appeared on a dead cow. That was impressive. Ah, see, this will make this area a lot less of a pain in the ass, too. Well, It'll help someone.
Dimension shift.
Oh, here's another room I could have grinded against you in if I'd realized it. Didn't mean to come back and grind. I just meant to check that wall.
Dimension shift.
So we had a couple of chests here that could not be opened, and they will now be openable, and we'll see whether they contain anything that's really... Like, how exciting can they be? Like, recipes for new gear that I need to beat the final boss 20 times to get the equipment to build? Here's a talisman scarf. Okay, did I just find a scarf that's better than the one I just made a big deal of building? It is not as good, but it is made from many talismans, and it gives me resistance to some stuff that this doesn't. Well, overall not being as good.
Dimension shift. Benjamin, seriously.
I probably should have defeated this demon before I engaged with you, but...
It wasn't my fault, Miriam, I swear.
In a way I haven't quite figured out yet.
I hope you're ready to live here forever.
But this demon is your only companion.
Oh, come on. Please, you can't tell me your mind is never wandered.
Well, I have to admit, OD is pretty handsome.
For just one split second, I remember this mystic land called Nippon that I heard about.
Which you didn't really make your way to. You made your way to a weird demonic simulacrum of Japan.
Farewell,
Nippon.
Benjamin.
Now she's just being a bitch.
Wait. Don't leave me here.
If I find you in even one more strange place, foot, skull.
I'm gonna skull fuck you with the heel of my boot. I'm that crazy.
Oh, all right. But could you please help me? Please? Yes? Say yes.
And we will give him a waystone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You had better get it right this time.
Always knew you cared.
Get out of here!
I'm getting. Kisses. Love you, don't change. Mean it. Hope I don't see you again.
Unbelievable. I had better make sure he made it back to the village.
Well, I mean, it's not like she didn't check. That's a lot of money.
Dimension shift!
Which will really help our stats at this point, because now we have the a passive shard where our stats are better if we have money. Money is power, I believe it is called. I feel like there were more places here where we couldn't get a treasure chest without having that ability. So let's explore this level a bit more. No, never mind. This is where we first entered the area. So if there was any more places like that, it was on this screen, and I think maybe we did see them all. Maybe I overestimated how many little places there were like this, and it was just the two. Well, I mean, if I made a mistake, it would be missing something. I don't know, just 99.2. I'm just so nervous about getting to the end and having like 99.9 completion some kind of way. But there's no particular reason this would be the place where we missed it either. Ah. I don't feel like there's any place we've failed to get to. Yeah, I can't think of any place else where this would be what we'd missed. A place where this movement technique would be the difference.
Dimension shift. Dimension shift.
But quick exploration around the zone just to be sure. Augment strength. Oh, I didn't quite get 9 of those. That's right. There was one that I was like, I know where to get it, but I just didn't have the patience to finish. So I guess I had needed a few more from those guys. Which is something where if I got one more of those, it would become a skill shard, and I would get just a little bit more powerful than I am right now.
Dimension shift. Dimension shift.
Aha, see jump dimension shift. Alright. Next video is probably going to be the last video, so I'm not in a huge rush to finish this one efficiently. Let's just take a quick check around here. Make sure we didn't miss anything in these last couple of zones. See, this is weird. Like, I can't... This will hit that thing.
Dimension shift. Dimension shift.
Yeah, I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to shortcut my way up here, game. Man, I got a fast attack with this thing, too. Thanks to passive shards. She's like pulling that thing out at lightning speed. Whatever, friend. Nothing hidden in here. Oh, that's... You're an optional boss that we could refight, I suppose. He's got jutsu, guys. He's jutsuing it up. Busting out the ninja magics. He dropped the solar burnite. Yeah, see, any of these external places, I feel like I'm going to find one of those little covered bridges, and they're going to set it up as a place where you can't get the treasure unless you do super secret movement technique. Like one of these. Yeah, but there's nothing out there. I guess they just loaded them up in that one room. Yeah, they loaded them up in that one room. So they bring this back as a thing. But there's no reason to get in here. It's just like hidden shop secrets. Okay. Well, there ain't a whole lot left to explore, so let's just finish. I still wonder if there's hidden treasures in that room. This is just the room where we get to advance the plot with Zangetsu. So we're done. All right, so we got 99.2 map completion. What we're going to do, folks, is I'm going to navigate back to the Icy Cavern because the game's over. Well, no, we'll go back to the village. We'll start the next video in the village, seeing if that guy made it back. I'm Serious JG. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.